it's kind of a perpetual balance and always checking in with yourself of what is it doing now? What is it doing for me now? Am I using it? Do I love it? Do I need it? If any of those get no's, then I really have to say, why am I keeping this? Why am I having a hard time letting go? And when I ask myself that, why am I having a hard time? It's because it's...
Hey girly, welcome to Tip Tuesday. On today's Tip Tuesday, I am joined by the one and only Erica. Erica, welcome.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Exhausted. It's been a long homeschooling day. I know you feel me.
I do. Every day. It feels like,
oh my God.
Even if you just do 3 things, you're like, why am I so tired?
And because it's a full-time job?
Yes, it is. Is it okay if I drink coffee on your program?
Of course. Is it ever not okay to drink coffee?
I have to cut myself off at 2 o'clock, so I have an hour here, or else I don't sleep well.
Oh no, I have to have like a 3 o'clock pick-me-up in order to make it to the rest of the evening.
Yeah, it's a very long day, isn't it?
So true. Erica, tell us about your babies. How many children do you have?
I have 3 kids. They are 7, 5, about to be 6, and 4.
Oh, so you have little ones.
I do. I have little ones. That's first grade, kindergarten, and preschool for me.
Oh, fun, but a lot of work, right?
Yes. And I think that I was thinking about our chat today, and my advice is going to apply for kids, people who have young kids. Some of the things that I've learned is that it doesn't have to be book learning at this young age. It's great to read books, but if they can't sit still and do a worksheet, that's okay. They can go outside and count rocks. But I agree. You can't tell an 8th grader to go count 20 rocks. So.
That's true. They'll be like, what?
Yeah.
All right, so Erica, I know on your channel you talk about all things minimalism, right? How do us homeschool mamas, because you can relate, how do we begin this minimalism journey and yet still find time? Because like we're talking about, homeschooling is just all consuming. It's just so tiring. And minimalism can be really, really tiring. So how do you find the energy, the time? How do we do it?
So for me, I think I would give a tip to myself 4 years ago, and I was consumed with homeschool stuff. It was the beginning of our homeschool journey, and I bought way more things than we really needed. And I still struggle now, 4 years later. Homeschool is definitely a hard category to be a minimalist in, because I want all the things for the kids.
Yes.
And when they go down those rabbit holes and they start to learn things, you want books and puzzles and things to support that interest. And it's hard to balance minimalism in homeschool, I find. I mean, just last week I tackled school supplies and homeschool supplies for the 3rd time and was still emotional and struggled to let go of things. I mean, how do you get rid of books?
I don't know. And the thing is, it's I know they say with minimalism, if you're not using it, then let it go. But what I found in my minimalism journey is that a lot of the thing that I regret most letting go is homeschool things. Those are the things that I'm like, man, if I only had that book that I let go of because I hadn't been using it, and now that my child is this age, it applies even more or even better. And so I agree, it's tricky. It's very difficult to try to balance minimalism and homeschooling. I mean, I don't know. How do you do it? Is it possible?
I think it is possible. That what if you're talking about, what if I want that book later? Or what if my kid wants to read that book later? I asked myself that last week about Percy Jackson's Lightning Thief. My kid was not interested in reading it. And I still struggled to let go of it. I mean, he doesn't want to read it. There's a movie about it. So, I had to do the what if myself. Like, what if he wants to read this in a year or 2 years? And I had to check myself and say, then I'll get it from the library or we'll buy it again. It's not a part of life now. And what it is now is taking up space. And what it's doing is causing me stress. And the kid doesn't even want the book and I'm stressing out about it. So it's kind of a perpetual balance and always checking in with yourself of what is it doing now? What is it doing for me now? Am I using it? Do I love it? Do I need it? If any of those get no's, then I really have to say, why am I keeping this? Why am I having a hard time letting go? And when I ask myself that, why am I having a hard time? It's because it's books. And the thing that I want him to feel is a love for books. And I get scared that if I donate it or get rid of it, it won't be there when that love spark happens for a book. But we have hundreds of books. And when it happens, I can go to the library and get that book for him. He's not going to lose the love of reading because I donate a book he doesn't want. So always checking in with yourself and asking yourself, do I really need this? Do I love it? Do I use it? If you get no's, then ask yourself, why am I having a hard time letting go if we don't use it, need it, or love it?
I love that. It's so important to get to the heart of the issue because then it helps you make decisions, not just off of emotion, but off of like a foundation. So I love that. That is so, so true. My husband had said that like the smartest children are the children who have books in the home. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, okay, so then we need all the books.
Right? All the books.
We have to have the smart children. And then coming to realize like, libraries have books too. And they go through different seasons and it's okay to let somebody else love on those books and have it come in and out. So yes, I 100% agree. Now, when it comes to other things in the home, because us homeschooling mamas, we not only homeschool, we have to keep a house clean. We have to, do all the things. How do you find, when do you minimize other clutters or other spaces in your home when hours are taking up throughout the day just homeschooling?
Yeah, our entire morning is dedicated to school. Whatever form it takes, the entire morning is for school. And then the afternoon, we get a little cleaning done. We definitely play outside if it's weather's not terrible. And then all of a sudden it's time for dinner and getting that ready. And then you're shifting to bedtime. So there's only so many hours in the day. And I can't focus on minimalism or decluttering every day. I take it one box at a time, one day at a time. And when the time is afforded to me, I tackle a box or I tackle a category that's been causing me anxiety, like books, and just address one thing at a time and experience what it means to let go of something. Because there's a lot of financial guilt, emotional guilt that comes with letting go of something. And if you don't give that the proper space and grace, you're going to end up with regret. And you're going to rush through a decision and something else is going to fall. So I definitely do not do all the things every day. I just don't. The bathrooms.
It's not possible.
Right? The bathrooms are dirty right now. We have a mess from the morning school. The kids are right now outside at the park with my husband, and that's just life right now. It's not all the things. So one thing at a time, and that is something new in my minimalism journey and why I refer to myself as minimalish. Because doing one thing at a time feels better than trying to do 10 things and then at the end of the day feeling like a failure because I didn't get the bathrooms cleaned or didn't get all the school subjects done or, I forgot to make a vegetable with dinner, whatever it is. Where you just, at the end of the day, you're like, man, why do I feel like I got nothing done, but I was awake for 16 hours?
That's so true.
And I don't like feeling like that. And sometimes I just have to check myself and do one thing at a time. And that's just the way it is. And I think it's that way for a lot of people right now. A lot of people are home with figuring out how to do public school at home. And that's a challenge unto itself. And figuring out how to work at the same time, like you and I right now, and how to worry about the clean kitchen. And, you know, I have 50 boxes somewhere in my house that need unpacking from a move 6 months ago. But, you know, one day
and it's
at a time.
True. It's
one
true.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. We tend to set ourselves up for failure by trying to do too much at once. So yes, I love that. Focusing on one thing at a time and getting that done, then moving on to something else. I think we're in the like, everybody needs to be multitasking thing, and it doesn't work. So I love that.
Life calls for productivity at times. I mean, you got to pay bills, you got to get stuff done. You're suddenly motivated to clean your entire house. You got to roll with that. And just, it is what it is. And life will be busy at some times. But when you step back and look at it holistically and you say, today, what did I do? I homeschooled the kids.
Yes.
We followed a rabbit hole that my first grader was interested in, and I learned things. They ate fruit.
Aww.
They played outside. They cleaned their rooms and made their beds. It's like all the little victories that you tend to forget about by the end of the day, where at the end of the day, you taught them something about their character, about being a part of a family, being a part of a home, and you got to educate them in a way that you want to educate them. And that in our country, that is such a privilege. And I know not every country can do that. Not every country can choose to homeschool. And we got to do that. My kid got to hang upside down and do math. Like we're lucky that we get to do that.
It's true, to always remain grateful and to always remain focused. I love that. Erica, you are such a wealth of information, like from minimalism to homeschooling to all the things. Like, wow, I just felt like I left with a lot. I'm like, okay, Wendy, it's okay. It's okay. You can let go of the books. Like,
and it's okay to not let go of the books.
Yes.
One book, one box, one day at a time.
Yes, I love that. Erica, how can people connect with you? Where can we find you? Where can we just dive deeper into all things Erica?
Well, if you want to go down that path, good luck to you. But you'll find me on YouTube at Erica Lucas, and then I'm over on Instagram at Erica Lucas Loves. I'll send you my links. You can include them in the description box. But for me, on my channel, I'm a big proponent of community and supporting each other with kindness. And I have a Facebook group that has 32,000 people in it right now. Decluttering, it's called Decluttering One Day at a Time. And I don't go on there and comment. I manage bad comments. That's all I do. Is just make sure people are commenting with kindness and people are supporting each other, and we are all in this together. And if we don't hold each other up and hold each other's hands, we're not going to succeed. We're not going to go forward. So I'm a big proponent of community. I love all the stories that people send me about their journeys, and I just would love to continue that with the folks on your channel as well.
No, ladies, she is a wealth of information, and she is kind and genuine and willing and open. So definitely find her, dive deep into that Erica rabbit hole. Find her, support her, join the community, because minimalism is not only about having less stuff, but it's about finding freedom in not having so much stuff. And so to have that community and to have Erica just guiding you through it, it's a gift. So follow her. Everything will be linked in the description. Erica, thank you so much for joining me. I know you're a busy mama, so thank you so much for joining me today.
I think all mamas are busy, no matter how many you have, right?
That's true. That's true. So true.
Thanks
so
for
true.
having me, Wendy.
Of course. All right, ladies, I'll see you next time. Bye. That's it. We did it. You did so good.